If you're ever feeling stuck on your journey to creating something, life is a creative endeavor. So you try to create a new future, you try to create a business, whatever that looks like in your life. Many of us get stuck. And I think a large reason for that is because you can't always be in production mode. You can't always be trying to create and produce things, change outcomes. Sometimes you have to be willing to receive. And it's like a door that can only allow one thing in or one thing out at a time. And quite often we're always trying to produce, or always trying to push things out the door. But it prevents us from being able to receive things from coming in the door, like insight, like inspiration, like solutions to problems that we're experiencing, or whatever that looks like, whatever's keeping us stuck. And quite often, this incessant need to be producing is coming from fear. Fear that if we aren't always producing, we're going to fall behind. If we're not always trying to create and change things, we're not going to get the life that we've attached to. And it's this scarcity mentality that prevents us from receiving those insights, receiving opportunities. We're not aware of what's going on. Our perception shrinks. So if you ever feel like you're stuck, sometimes the best thing to do is not to keep pushing, not to keep putting your foot on the gas, but to actually take a step back, to slow down, to come back and regulate yourself in whatever way you like to do that. It could be meditation, it could be, being out in nature, it could be yoga, it could be listening to music, it could be anything, breath work, journaling, whatever. But when you can slow down and bring yourself back to you, to awareness, you clear space in that door for something else to come to you. And it's a very peaceful state of being to be in, very content place to be in. The creation from that point flows naturally. It's not something that's forced anymore. It's not something that you feel like you need to be trying to do all the time. The right next step becomes apparent. It's almost effortless. But when we're in this state of dysregulation and fear-based striving, creation and producing becomes very laborious. We really have to fight and force our way to get to where we want to go, to create those results, to create the life that we want. It's like trying to force your way upstream versus flowing downstream, just going with the flow. When you can use the intelligence that is beyond yourself, that is aligned with the forces of nature, by aligning with yourself, your own true nature, life becomes, I don't want to say easier, but more natural, if you will, more aligned. And when you're in this state, there's no need to force an outcome or force a creative process that's not quite there, that you're not aligned with. And quite often this is where things like, feeling stuck or that in that creative flow comes from. It's from not having the balance of producing and receiving. If we're always trying to push things out that door, and creating things and trying to make things happen, like I said, you can't be open to new possibilities, to new opportunities coming your way, to insights, to ideas, to the intelligence that is within you that's guiding you always. We become very disconnected from that. And to align with that, to touch base with that, and to take action based on that is to flow downstream. It's always showing you to the path of least resistance. It might show you towards the path of resistance within yourself based on your own fear and your own discomfort, but that's not the same as the path of least resistance outside of you. So if you're feeling stuck, know that sometimes the best thing to do is take a step back. That step back is actually a step forward in a lot of ways, many steps forward. It's like a slingshot. It seems like you're being pulled back, but you're going to be flung forward a lot quicker. But the key is to not do it to try and search for something, because now you're still in that fear-based striving. You're still trying to do this as a means to get to somewhere else. The key is to let go of attaching to an outcome, to be able to return to yourself, to awareness, to regulation. That itself is the prize. That's the foundation. And from there, that's where you start to receive other things. So I hope this helps you come back to yourself if you're feeling stuck, and learn to take the path of least resistance. So hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.